Hi, this is Marshall Jones, and I wanted to show you how you can adjust a photo using the free software GIMP. GIMP is an open source editing program, sort of like Photoshop, but it's free, and free is good. I want to be very upfront and tell you that I'm not going to show you everything that you can do with GIMP. It's a very powerful and complicated piece of software, but I do want to show you some of the things that you can do to improve the quality of a photo. Also, I wanted to let you know that I have intentionally cut off parts of the screen in order to focus your attention here. So this image right now is very dark, and so you might look at this picture and say, well, it's not really usable, but no, you can change it. Under the Colors menu, if you go to Exposure, what we can do is we can increase the level of exposure here. That's a photography term, which refers to how much light we let into the image. And so by just sort of playing around with that, we can make that very dark photo suddenly much lighter. Okay, sometimes when you do that, then you have caused the colors to be slightly off, so we can do some adjustments to the colors as well. A good place to start is by increasing the saturation. So we're going to go back to the colors, and I'm going to drag down to saturation. Saturation refers to the intensity of the color. So if you oversaturate a color, it should get brighter. So if I increase this number, you should watch the colors in the photo get brighter. I'm going to just type in 12. So you can see now we have really oversaturated the colors here. But that's what saturation does, is it emphasizes the color in a way. I'm going to reset that so that we could do something that's a little more reasonable in terms of getting some of those greens in the trees to come out a little bit more, and the blue of the water and the boat to come out a little bit more as well. I'm going to say OK to that. Under the Colors menu, there's also the shadows and highlights, and I want you to watch the trees back here. I want you to watch the shadows in the trees. I'm not saying this is making a great photo, but if I increase the shadows amount, what's going to happen is that those trees are going to become lighter in the background, and so they'll bring up more of the greens and less of the shades there. So you can adjust the highlights in here as well, so that you can provide those kinds of adjustments. You can see it's that by adjusting an image like this, you can also sometimes cause problems. Notice down here in this section of the image where you've got the name of the boat, which you could not see before, but now you can. But you can also see that it's what we call noisy, meaning that there's some pixels in there that are visible that weren't visible before, and so it doesn't have a very smooth look to it. Now, we could crop that out if we wanted to, but I wanted to point that out to you as something that can happen as you mess about with these images. So this is the edited image. How does it look as compared to the original image? Well, let's take a look at it. I'm going to export this image as a JPEG file, and then I will pull up both images so that you can see the difference between them. But sort of like a cooking show, I'm not going to have you sit there and watch me export an image. The next time you hear me, it'll be as if magic happened and the image magically appeared. So here's the original image in all its underexposed glory, and here is the edited image, where we can see that it's lighter. We can see the colors. I will fully confess that it may not be the most magnificent edited image ever. However, you should be able to see the difference between them pretty distinctly. I'm Marshall Jones. Thanks for watching.